A1 for any class.
Uh, Let me check. If I have, then I will send it to you. No problem.
Okay, yeah. I
Sure.
mean, if it is same for other batch also, that also should be sufficient.
Okay. No problem. Let's start our topic, guys. Kiran, you can start recording. There's a record button. You can click on record button.
Yeah.
Now, then Kishore, what we completed? We completed our forward policy option, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, and we completed our theoretical portion on NAT.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Now let's discuss the lab portion for NAT. So let's recap about NAT again. 10 minutes, okay? Then we'll move
Okay.
forward. We will move for the configuration part. So NAT is what? NAT is network address translation. In Fortinet firewall, we can discuss two type of NAT: source NAT and
Destination.
destination NAT. Actually, we have two type of configuration option for configure source NAT and destination NAT option. First is firewall policy NAT. Second, we have what?
Central.
Central NAT. So we have two options to configure. We have two options to configure source NAT and destination NAT. So in firewall policy NAT, we can discuss source NAT and destination NAT option. Then in central NAT, we can discuss again source NAT and destination NAT option. I told you guys what is source NAT and what's destination NAT. When the source IP address will change, it's called source NAT, and when the destination IP address will change, it's called destination NAT. Okay, everyone.
Yes.
So let's start our configuration part on firewall policy NAT. In firewall policy NAT, we will discuss first source NAT option, then we can go for destination NAT. So let's start our discussion. I have a topology like this, and give me 5 minutes for basic configuration, IP address and routing. Then we can move for NAT option. I'm creating loopback on both router, 1.1.1. You can see. Let's do default routing towards firewall. So any network for basic connectivity, any network, any mask, 200, 200, 200.
One.
Now you can go on the router, second router. IP address we are using 10.1.23.10, and mask we are using 255.255.0. Loopback, yes, we are using loopback 2.2.2. IP route any network with any mask 10.1.23. Now let's configure our 48 firewall. Username admin, password is nothing. 123. I'm configuring 123. So interface port number 1, set mode static, set IP address 255.187/24. Set allows these services. We are trying to allow on this particular port. Any problem in basic stuff?
No, it's fine.
Okay, 180, 187. Username is admin, password is foundation. Interfaces we have 0 slash sorry
2
Port,
and 3.
so let's configure port number 2. Okay, now. So
Yes.
can we start our configuration, guys? Uh, Naveed, Abhishek, Kiran,
Yes, please.
Naveed.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
the point is, see, the topic is we are going to discuss forward policy NAT. So you can start the configuration. See, if you want to configure firewall policy NAT, you can click on policy and object, this option. You can click on IPv4 policy. Remember this option, IPv4 policy?
Yes.
With the help of this option, we can create our policy, because if we want to send a traffic from one network to another network, we need to configure firewall policy. By default, we have an implicit deny policy. Let's create a policy here. So I'm giving a name, rule 1, just a name. My incoming interface is LAN, outgoing is WAN,
When?
and source is any. You can say all. Destination is any. Services is what? Any. And here we have a NAT option. See, the NAT option is available when you select what? Accept option. So once you accept the traffic, like this incoming interface, this outgoing interface, this is the source, this is the destination, services. If everything is matched, and if you select the action here, accept, then you can use your NAT. But if you select deny option, so it will match all the traffic, it will not
And the
do
block.
no
Yeah.
translation. So you can use your NAT option with accept traffic. Here in NAT option, what you have, this is the NAT option. In NAT option, you have two options. First option is what? It's by default selected. It's called use outgoing
Going interface.
address. And second option is what? Use dynamic IP put.
Cool.
So first, we'll discuss this option, use outgoing interface. So it's
Yes.
by default selected. So I'm not defining it. I'm not going to use this one. It's a by
Yeah.
default selected. So let's work with outgoing interface. What is outgoing interface? See,
Public IP,
in
right?
our in our topology, in our topology, uh, traffic is what? Traffic is traveling from LAN to WAN. It's called port. Incoming interface is port number 2. Outgoing interface is port number
Port 3.
and what we define here, we define what use outgoing interface address. It means what?
And port 3.
All the LAN, yes, all the LAN users, LAN IP address, if they want to go outside, they can translate with this single outgoing interface IP address. Understood, guys?
Yes.
Just like a PAT, okay? So let's select this option and you can click on OK. Once you click on OK, then we can verify our translation option. Let's verify our translation option. We have a rule, okay? Everything is what? Rule number 1, any source, any destination, any schedule, any services, action accepted, and NAT is enabled. Now you can verify here your translation option. For this, let's configure telnet here on R2. Password Cisco login. And I'm trying to initiate a connection. So telnet, let's ping first. Let's ping first. So please give access to. Okay, Rahul, okay.
Yes, sir.
Rahul, you can start recording on your side. Now. Okay, now. So what we have, see, let's try to ping 10.1.23.10. If I'm trying to ping 23.10, I can ping. And if I'm trying to access telnet. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to access from this router to this router. So telnet password, yes, he's demanding password. So password is Cisco. You can verify it. You can access. Guys, we can verify our translation option. Remember
Yes.
our Cisco routers? On Cisco routers, we can verify our translation option with show IP NAT translation. Okay,
Yeah.
same kind of translation command we have here. Translation command. Command is what? Get system session list. So it's a same like a, on Cisco router you have show IP NAT translation. Here on FortiGate
Yeah.
firewall you have get system session list. If you press enter, so what you can get the information to see, this is the ISMP traffic. Remember you try
Yes.
to bring this
Yeah.
source to this destination. Let's focus on our telnet traffic. See, this is the source IP address.
Yeah.
This is the source IP address 200, 200, 210. And
Yeah.
what? This is the source port number. And this IP address is translated with 10.1.23.1. And this IP address you are using on this outgoing interface. And
Yeah.
this is the destination IP address and destination port number. Guys, Nandkishore,
Yeah.
Naved,
Yes.
Daminda, can you hear me? Daminda, please
Yes,
start. Please start.
yes, yes,
Please,
I can hear you. Yes,
good
thank you.
morning. Good morning, dear. Please start recording on your
Will
side.
do, will do. Thank you, done.
Okay. Okay. Now, so is that clear, guys? Everyone?
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
the first option.
Yeah.
This is the first and basic option. Let's clear this option with a slide. So this is the option. Use outgoing interface. So firewall policy. Okay, source NAT using outgoing interface. We completed this option. What is this? See, this is the source IP. The IP address is what this PC is trying to access this server. And the source IP address is what 10.10.10.10 and the source port number is 1025. Now this PC is trying to access this destination. So the destination address is 192.168.10.10. Destination port number is 80. In the traffic way, go and hit on your firewall. On your firewall, what you are using, you configured firewall policy. Firewall policy with match source NAT rule with this outgoing interface because you are using outgoing. So outgoing interface IP address is what? 203.0.113. So now he will change the source IP address and now for this destination source IP address is what? This one, guys? Yes
Yes.
or no?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes. Yes.
So this is the option for outgoing interface. So let's focus on the next one option. Actually, guys, we are discussing right now source NAT option. This is the option for source NAT. So let's configure again. Wait, let me exit. Okay, now. So
Dynamic.
sorry. Yes. Okay, now here we have option what? We complete our outgoing interface address. Now you can go and select this. Use dynamic IPN pull. If you select this option and click on this plus sign, you have an option for create. So for dynamic IPN pull, if you click on create, you can get multiple options in dynamic IPN pull. First is overload, one-to-one, export range, and port block allocation. What is overload? What is overload means what? See, remember guys, this option use outgoing interface. With this option, you can translate all your private IP address with your outgoing. Sorry. Navid, please turn off your mic, dear, please.
Yes.
Okay. So now we have what? Remember this option use outgoing interface. With this option, we can translate our all private IP address with our outgoing interface IP address. But if I do not want to use outgoing interface option, I have a separate public IP. I purchased a separate public IP 23.55 for example. I want to translate all my private IP address with this public IP address. I do not want to use outgoing interface IP address, then we can select this option overload. So you can give a name like uh, D pat 11, just a name. And now overload, here you can define your external IP address range, IP address or range. So I'm using the external IP address 10.1.23.55, single IP 23.55, single IP address. You can click on OK. You can attach your dynamic IP and pull option. Now you can click on OK. Let's generate some traffic again, guys. So I'm trying to generate some traffic here. So let's try to ping 23.10. Yes, I can ping and telnet. I can access telnet. Now you can verify your translation option. Get system session list. Guys. So what is the option C? This is the source IP address 200, 200, 210. This IP address and what? This IP address is translated with 10.1.23.55. This IP address we are using. Remember everyone? This option, guys.
Yeah.
So this is the option for what? Dynamic IP in pull. We completed our overload option. Now you can go for the next option is what? You can click on edit this rule. Delete this option, create new one. Now we can work with one-to-one. One-to-one means what? One-to-one means what? I have a range of IP address. I have a range of IP address, like for example, dynamic NAT option. I have a public IP address 10.1.65 to 10.1.23.75. So I have 10 public IP address. I want to translate anyone with these 10 public IP addresses. Let me first exit this option. Now, so with one-to-one, yes, I can define dynamic NAT option. Let's call pull one. IP address, public IP address is what? 10.1.23.65 to 10.1.23.75. You can click on OK. Now you can click on OK. This time, if you are verifying your translation option, you can verify here. Telnet, let's generate some traffic. Telnet. Password is Cisco. I can access and let's verify our translation. This time you can see what this IP, this source IP address is getting what? The IP address from the pull and the pull range. Remember guys, pull range start with 10.1.23.65 to 75.
75. Yeah.
Guys, remember? Abhishek,
Yes.
Aminda, Kiran, Nandkishore, Naved, Rahul.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the option, guys. What we completed our this option, which is called this option is called one-to-one. Now we have next option, fixed port range. So here in fixed, there is a difference between one-to-one and fixed port range. In one-to-one, what if you select this option, you can only specify what? You can only specify your public IP address. But with fixed port range, you can define your internal IP address and external IP address both. Like what? I want to allow these internal IP address range, they can translate with these external IP address range. So I can define both. I can, just like an ACL, I want to allow a specific group of IP to translate. So here I can define my external IP address range 10.1.23.55 23.85 to 10.1.23.95. Okay, internal IP address is what? 200, 200, 200, 10 to 200, 200, 200, 20. You can click on OK. Sorry, we need to define a name. Fix for marketing. You can click on OK. You can select this option. Click on OK. This time, if you are trying to translate, verify the traffic. What happened? 2 minutes, guys. Can you hear me, everyone? Guys,
Yeah.
so let's generate some traffic again. So 23.10, I'm trying to access Telnet. Password is Cisco. Now you can verify your translation option. Get system session list. And now you can verify, guys, 200, 200, 210 is getting IP address what? From your range. Remember, 85 to 95. So this is the option. 10.1.23.85. Clear? Is that clear, everyone? Clear or not?
Yes.
Fixed port range. Now in fixed port range, what we can define in fixed port range, we can define both options, internal IP address and external IP address. The next option is what? Port block allocation. So if we click on port block allocation, you can allocate port. For example, if anyone trying to initiate a connection, let me open a slide. So what is port block allocation, guys? Port block allocation, this IP pool is used to allocate block of port for IP pool users. Okay. Like for example, a single user is accessing too much, is initiating too much traffic, is using too much source port number. So that's why I want to what? Specify a block size for port numbers. Like for example, I want to allow 128, maximum 128 port number they can use. A single person can use. Kishore, Naved,
Yeah.
Abhishek, Daminda,
Yeah. Yeah.
Kiran. This port block allocation type of IP pool is also a type of port address translation. Okay. So we can define, we can what? We can allocate the block of ports.
Yes.
So
A
here,
kind of concurrent connection.
yes. Now this is the option. This is the option you can define here. You can define your external IP address range 10.1.23.100 to 10.1.23.120. And this is the block size. You can click on OK. You can give a name, port block or sales. Sorry, it's invalid IP address. Why? Oh, sorry. 23.10.120 1.23. You can click on OK. You can select this option. You can click on OK. Is that clear, guys?
Jitu, can you explain me once again? I think I'm a bit confused. The port block.
Yeah, Jitu, in this section, source will not be all. Am I right? Specific people, if we want to block, they are generating a lot of traffic, so we can narrow them basically.
Actually, we are defining what. See, in IP pool range, we can define a range. Okay, the users can use
Okay.
this specific range, right? Like
Got-
10.1.23.55
Got your
IP
point.
address to 65. Here we are assigning, we are blocking a port.
Yes.
Okay, it means what? A single user
Yeah.
can use maximum 128 ports.
Got your point.
Nankishore.
Okay, so from that we have the port numbers out of these ports. Only he can use 128 ports. So once he starts
yes.
129 port, that IP will be blocked.
Yes, he cannot initiate the connection. He cannot translate.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear?
So below that we have that 8 option, right? So what is that? 128 I got just now. Go to the settings. Yeah, the blocks per
It's
user.
per user. If users are accessing with these IP address, so what? It's a block size for users. A single user.
Okay.
And this is the block size for IP addresses.
Okay.
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 Now,
Okay. Yeah.
now you can go for, this is the option, guys. Everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
This is the option for only Nandkishore. This is the option for SourceNet. We completed our in firewall policy net SourceNet option. But if you want to configure destination NAT, then remember destination NAT, we can in destination NAT. I'm using here a single public IP 10.1.23.66, for example. What if anyone from outside, if anyone will hit onto this public IP for port number 8999, then I want to redirect the traffic onto this router for port number 23. Any problem?
No.
This theoretical
Clear.
portion.
Clear.
We already discussed this kind of scenario.
Yes.
Abhishek, Naved, Daminda, Kiran, Nandkishore, Rahul.
Clear.
Yes.
So let's configure this option. You can if you want to configure destination NAT. So for destination NAT, this is the option, virtual IP. Remember always for destination NAT,
Like we configure traffic for the mail server as well. Am I right?
yes, exactly. I'm talking about same.
Yes.
See, right now we have a single router here.
Yes. Got your point.
So I'm using as a mail server. Okay.
Yes.
Mail server FTP, you can say. So I'm also using port forwarding option. So let me show you first this slide. So what if you want to configure destination NAT? So what the option is what virtual IP.
Virtual IP.
You need to create virtual IP address here. So for destination NAT, virtual IP address concept in 48 firewall. The option is what here is the option virtual IP. You can click here virtual IP option. You can click on create new virtual IP. So I'm creating a virtual IP address here. Name of this virtual IP is what?
Mail server. Anything.
Or web server, you can say.
Yes. Web server. Remote.
External IP address I'm using C 10.1.23.66. 10.1.23.66.
Yeah.
Map IP address. So I want to map this
Any
public IP address with this
client IP. Any
yes.
client.
So IP address is what 200 dot tech. If you want to use port forwarding option, you can enable this.
Yeah.
You can specify your external service port and map port.
Internal
If
port.
anyone will hit onto this public IP 10.1.23.66 for port number 8999, so I will redirect the traffic on port number 23.
Yeah.
You can click on OK. This is your virtual IP address option.
Yes.
Now you can again go and click on IPv4 policy And now, guys, we need to create a separate policy because this time traffic is initiated from outside.
Outside.
So traffic is coming from outside. So I'm creating a rule. When rule 1.
Yeah.
Incoming interface is
When
LAN. Outgoing
going
is
LAN.
LAN. Source is
Source.
because I don't know who is,
Any. All. Yeah.
but destination is what?
That's particular IP. Client IP.
Destination is what?
For web.
Yes,
For web.
exactly. Your virtual IP.
Yes.
You can select this option. Now service is any. Right now you can click on OK. Now let's generate some traffic. But before this, let me configure telnet first on this router. What happened with R1 again? 1 minute, guys.
No problem. We get used to this when we use GNS3.
N 255 no shutdown back IP route any network with any mask 200 200 201. Okay, let me configure telnet first. So telnet line I'm configuring telnet on router Cisco logging. So I'm trying to initiate a connection from R2 to telnet, and from R2 I'm trying to hit onto this public IP address. So IP address is what? 10.1.23.66, and the port number you can specify here or source port number. So port number you're trying to request, you're hitting request for 8999. Okay, everyone.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Password is Cisco. See, guys, you can access your router. R1. Kiran, Nandkishore, Rahul, Daminda, Naved,
All good to go.
Abhishek.
Yeah.
You can verify if you want to verify your translation option. You can. Get system session list. So the traffic was initiated from here. Okay. This is the source IP. This is the source IP address. Source. Okay. Source NAT option. This is the IP address. Is trying to. The PC is what? The traffic is going on to this, and it is translated with 200,
Internal
200,
IP.
201.
Yeah.
Remember, guys?
Yes.
This is the IP address. Now the traffic is going on your destination for this destination port number. Is that clear, Nandkishore?
Clear.
Now, this is the option, guys. What we completed? We completed our firewall policy, source NAT, and destination NAT option.
Yes.
Now we can go for central NAT. Why we are configuring central NAT? Because we can configure all our rules. We can use our firewall policy NAT. But okay, but what is the benefit of central NAT here? So with central NAT option, let's clear here. If I want to create a rule, a policy rule, like for port 2 and port number 3, I want to create some policy like incoming interface is port number 2, outgoing is port number 3. I just allowed specific source, specific destination, specific application, specific services. Then I need to add what? NAT policy? Yes or no?
Yes.
If I want to configure any firewall policy rule, whenever we configure any firewall policy rule, we need to define our NAT option.
Yes.
We need to define. So in every rule, right now, this is what? This is our first rule. In first rule, you can define your incoming, outgoing, source, destination, schedule as per your requirement, services, NAT. Again, you are creating rule, but this time port number is same, but you are creating rule for specific services to allow specific services, specific application, specific URL, specific URL categories. then again you need to add what? NAT, yes or no?
Yes.
But incoming interface is again port number 2 and port number 3. Understood my point?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
For every firewall policy, you need to attach NAT rule, right?
Yes.
So that's why we have an option for central NAT. We can configure NAT policy on a central NAT option, or whenever you configure any firewall policy, no need to specify any NAT. The NAT option he will get from central NAT. Clear, guys? The central NAT option. See, the central NAT is what? Central NAT, in which stand for Central Secure Network Address Translation. Central NAT is what? Enable to define control address translation performed by FortiGate firewall. And we can do this from centralized location. Is that clear?
Yes.
Naveed, Abhishek, Gaminda, Kiran,
Yeah.
Kiran, Nandkishore. Here is the option. See, if you verify here, your policy and object option, you don't have any option for what? You don't have any option for central NAT. No. So what? You need to enable central NAT option. And to enable central NAT option, you need to go on your CLI option. From here, you can enable your central NAT option. So now.
There is no available in features option. No.
No.
Okay.
Now, actually, I'm working with this series of firewall 6.2.4.
Okay.
From here, you can configure through CLI. Okay.
Good.
In some firewall, you can get an option in system in feature visibility. Okay. Clear?
Clear.
But here, I'm enabling through
CLI mode.
option.
Yeah.
So config system settings. You can go in system setting and what? Set central NAT question mark. You have two options, enable and disable. If you want to enable central NAT service, if you press enter, you will face problem. You are getting a message here, cannot enable central NAT with firewall policy NAT. So either you can use firewall policy NAT or you can use central NAT. You cannot use both, guys. Right now we are using firewall policy NAT. You can verify here in your IPv4 policy. You have some rule, and in this rule you are using firewall policy NAT. So let's disable these rules option. Let's delete these rules. Now you don't have any rules. This time if you are trying to enable central NAT, enter. You're not facing any problem. End to save this configuration. Now you can log out and log in again. This time if you click on firewall policy, guys, you can see there is an option here. What? Central NAT. Is that clear? Central NAT option. If you click on IPv4 policy option, this time if you want to create any firewall policy, see the option here. Central NAT is enabled. So NAT setting from matching always from central NAT. Central NAT policy will be applied. So now you cannot configure any firewall policy NAT option. Now, how to configure central NAT? Let's click on central NAT option. You can click on create new. See the option. Incoming interface is port number 2. Outgoing is WAN. Source address is what? Any destination is what? What option you want to choose? Outgoing interface, outgoing, or dynamic IP. Remember this option, dynamic IP and pull, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So right now I'm using outgoing interface IP address. You can click on OK. A central NAT policy. Now you can create multiple firewall policy. No need to attach NAT option. NAT we can get from Central NAT. Right now we are discussing how to configure source NAT option in Central NAT. So this is the option for source NAT in Central NAT. So we configured a rule in Central NAT. Now let's create a firewall policy here. Rule number 5, for example, incoming interface is LAN, outgoing is WAN, source is right now any, destination is any, and services any. Now you can click on OK. This time you can initiate a connection. You can initiate a connection from LAN. Try to access telnet 10.1.23.10. Password is Cisco. Yes, I can access. I have a firewall policy, but let's verify our translation option. So get system session list. So this is the IP address, guys. See, 200, 200, 210, and it is translated with 10.1.23.1. Remember, guys, we are using outgoing interface IP address. Yes or
Yes.
no?
Yes.
Everyone? Naved, Abhishek, Rahul.
Yes.
And,
Yes, yes.
guys, I will share this slide. You can go with this slide, and if you face any problem, you can ask me a question. No problem. Okay.
Yeah, that will be great.
Yes. So that's, and now you can go for what? A destination. If you want to configure destination central NAT, so this is the option. The option is change. Once you enable central NAT option, the option name is for destination NAT is what? DNAT and virtual IP. Name is changed only. Now you can configure same destination NAT option, virtual IP address, which you configured earlier. You can create virtual IP, and you can attach your with firewall policy. Now you can create firewall policy option. So if you have destination NAT, it will match what? Firewall policy NAT and NAT option. Is that clear? Everyone, you can go with the slide. If you face any problem, you can ask me question.
Yes. Yeah, that's good.
Everyone, Abhishek, Naved, Naminda, Kiran, Rahul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's move on. Next topic. Now we can discuss our next topic, which is called security profile option. And in security profile, we can discuss these topics. These are the security profiles option. And these topic we can in security policy profile option, we can discuss web filtering, we can discuss application control, we can discuss antivirus profile. Can we take a break for 5 minutes, then we will continue?
Sure.
Okay. Please turn off your mic, guys.
Okay.
5 minutes, 5 minutes. Hello. Hello, everyone.
Yes.
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 Kishore, Naveed, Raminda, Kiran. Okay, let's continue, guys. The topic is what? Topic we are going to discuss today. Next topic is it's a security profile, new topic. Security profile, what we can create security profile option, like we can create web filter profile, we can create application control profile, antivirus profile, and these profiles we can attach with our firewall policy. I can show you the option. If you log in with this page, remember guys, if we want to create a firewall policy option, see firewall policy, you can click on create new, and now you can define your incoming interface, outgoing, everything, something, source, destination, services. Now here is the option. If you match these traffic and action is what accept, so now you can select these options. But if you select deny, so it will match all the traffic and just deny the traffic. Just deny the traffic. It will not go and check the rest of the thing. Only verify incoming interface, outgoing, source, destination, schedule, services, then deny. If you select what accept option, it means traffic is allowed. Now here we have an option security profile. Same option, guys, you can get in Palo Alto Firewall, and name is same security profiles. We can create security profiles option and we can attach with our firewall policy. So in security profile, we can discuss these antivirus, web filter, and application control. Like for example, let's discuss first our web filtering profile. Okay, everyone. What is web filtering profile? See, guys, your FortiGate firewall can act like a proxy server. Like for example, you want to block any specific URL or URL categories. So yes, you can block. Like I want to block www.facebook.com. Okay, everyone. I want to block this URL. So yes, I can block with FortiGate firewall. And if I want to see, remember guys, every URL has a category. Yes or no?
Yes.
If you verify the information, so you can go and check Palo Alto website check. Oh no, Fortinet. Fortinet website category check. Remember always every website has a category. So if you verify, for example, test a website, you can, if you're working with Palo Alto, you can open URL filtering.paloaltonetworks.com. If you're working with FortiGate firewall, so fortiguard.com/webfilter. So for example, I want to search with Facebook. I want to verify Facebook, it is in which category. So you can search this option.
Social media.
Same kind of information you can get here, like facebook.com. So you can get some information here. This URL is in a category of social networking. So every website has a category. Like we have other example, like for social networking website, facebook.com, twitter.com, linkedin.com. See, you can verify the information here on fortiguard.com/webfilter. See, your facebook.com, it is in a category of social networking. So you can verify other information like YouTube. See, youtube.com, it is in a category of streaming media category. And we have other website here for just like they can act as they are the streaming media. You can also verify some information about Genentech networks. You can search what it's a training and tool. It is in a category of training and tools. So yes, remember guys, remember always every website has a category. So if I want to allow or block any specific URL, yes, I can do this. If I want to block specific URL category, like for example, I want to block all social media or social media website. for example, then yes, we can block. Guys, we don't know how many social networking website we have right now in market. We don't know. But if we want to block all social media category website, we can block it with FortiGate firewall. Understood, guys?
Yes.
The same
Yeah.
option you can get in Palo Alto. It's called URL filtering. In FortiGate firewall, it's called web filtering. See, guys, if you click on web filter option, if you enable this option, you have a default rule here. Default. You can attach your default rule. I will show you the default rule option. But yes, if you want to create your own web filtering profile, where you can define which traffic you want to allow, block, okay, which category you want to allow or block, you can define as per your requirement. But right now, see, we can when we create our firewall policy, we can click on web filter option. We can attach our web filtering profile here. We can create. If we don't have, we can create from here. But if I will but if I will click on security profile tab. In security profile tab, we can create antivirus profile, web filter profile, application filter profile. Right now, we are discussing web filter profile. So you can create profile from here also. So from here, you can create multiple web filter profile and you can attach these profiles in firewall policy as per your requirement. So right now you have a default web filter profile. If you select this, click on edit. So this is the what? This is the default one. If you want to create your own as per your requirement, so you can click on create. You can click on create. Now the option is what? New web filter profile. You can give a name, block, or you can say for marketing users. Here you can expand this option FortiGate category based filter. If you enable this option, you can get subcategory information. Naveed, Abhishek, Daminda. See,
Yes.
in FortiGate category based filter, see, we are getting a warning message. What? This device is not licensed for the FortiGate web filtering services. So we are working with virtual firewall option. We don't have license. So we cannot verify it, but we can configure all the things. But if you want to verify that, so you need to have your organization need to have license. So right now, see, let's discuss the configuration part. So if you enable this FortiGuard category based filter, you can get some category information here. I can show you. Wait. Like local categories, potential adult mature content, bandwidth consuming, security risks, general interest, personal, business. So you can get some category information here. For example, if you enable this bandwidth consuming. So in FortiGate firewall, you have a category of bandwidth consuming. Like for example, what? Streaming media and download. So streaming media download, they are what? They are bandwidth consuming category. If you right click here, if you right click on this category, you can get multiple options. You can get multiple options. First is allow. Allow means what? You want to allow this streaming media and download category. So yes, you can allow. If you select this monitor option, it means what? User can access this streaming media and download websites, and what? As an administrator, you can get a log. Okay, with monitor option, with allow option, user can access. You cannot get a log, but with monitor option, user can access streaming media websites, and what? As an administrator, you can get a log. Clear, guys? With block option, it what? With block option, you can block the category. You can, if you want to block streaming media download, so no one can use any streaming media website. Nankishore, clear?
Got it.
Now, if you select warning message, then what? If you select, let's select warning message here. If I will select warning message, so here is what? A warning interval. So if user is trying to access streaming media and download, I can give a warning message. What? It will only allow for 1 hour, 10 minutes. You can click on OK. So this is the warning message. What? After 1 hour, 10 minutes, once 1 hour, 10 minutes will complete, user will get a warning message. You are only allowed for 1 hour, 10 minutes. That's it. Now you cannot access. Clear, guys? with warning option.
Clear. Yeah.
Next one is
Yeah.
authenticate. Authenticate means what? I want to allow streaming media website, no problem, but I want to allow for HR users, for account users, for example. Okay, they can access, but I can also define here warning interval. It means what? I can allow for uh, 2 hours, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 hour, 10 minutes, something second, 0 second, and you can select a specific group. Right now we don't have any group, so let's create here. I'm creating HR GRP group 1 member. Yes, I have some users. Let's create users, local user. I'm creating a user account user 1, for example only. 123 password. You can click on next. You can click on next. You can click on submit. You can attach your user account 1. You can click on OK. You can add your group. Now you can click on OK. So with authenticate option is what? With authenticate option, you allowed a specific group, HR group. Is that clear, guys?
Clear.
Okay, now. So we have multiple categories here, guys. It's up to you as per your requirement. Like for example, I want to block P2P file sharing. P2P file sharing websites. So I can right click. I want to block. Yes. I want to block streaming media. Yes, I want to block. I want to block file and storage. Block. Yes, you can block. Now, other websites information, other categories, you can click on security risk, general internet interest, like entertain. So if any website is in a category of entertainment, I want to block. I want to block for a specific interval time. So yes, I can specify here. Like I want to block for 1 hour, 5 minutes. So if anyone trying to access, it is a warning. If anyone trying to access, he can only access for 1 hour, 5 minutes. I want to block all social networking website. Yes. Political organization websites, news and media block. Yes, I can block. So with this option, I can block and allow any categories. Is that clear? This FortiGuard category based filter option, this tab.
Yes.
The next option is what? Category uses quota. Guys, you can define with category based filter. With this option, you can, with this option, you can allow or block or set warning or authenticate or monitor any website categories. Now the next option is what? Here you can define category uses quota. Quota means what? You can click on create new. You can define you want to allow some website, you want to allow some categories, because in FortiGate firewall, if you click on plus sign, you can get some categories here. If you click here, so you have what? Some categories here, like you want to allow dating website, gambling website, okay, and other websites. Now you have two options. What? Quota type is what? Time and traffic. So I want to allow gaming and dating websites for with timing option. Like for example, I want to allow anyone can access dating and gambling, but only for 1 hour 5 minutes. If I will select traffic, so I can define what? Quota traffic. Like if you want to access dating websites, maximum data is what? Limit is what? 1024. I can click on OK, and here I can specify here. Is that clear option? Category uses quota.
Clear.
The next option is what? See, with this option, FortiGate category base, here you can see the option file sharing block, streaming media block. Wait, there is, yes. Social networking is block. But if I want to allow, Facebook.com. Facebook, it is what? Facebook, it is in a category of social network.
Social media.
But I want to only allow social networking. Rest of the all social networking websites category I want to block. Only I want to allow Facebook.com. Then I can go and select work with this option. Allow users to override block categories. So I want to override the block categories. So you can enable this option. Here you can define the group that can be override. So with this option, everyone is blocked. Everyone is blocked for social networking. But I want to allow this group can override this block category. So you can click on plus sign. Like for example, I have a HR group. You can select. You can select your profile. Like right now, default. Switch user, switch duration. So understood this option. With this option, what you can do, you can override the block
traffic. Yes.
categories.
Yes.
Naved, Abhishek, Daminda, Kiran, Nandkishore, Rahul.
Clear.
Clear.
One.
Yeah.
Now we have other option in our filtering, in our URL web filtering option, file filter. In file filter, if you click on create new, you can get a file type information like extension. I want to block all exe file. No one can download. Two minutes, guys.
Sure.
Okay. So with this option, what? No one can access exe file. Like for example, I want to block. No one can download exe file or PDF file. So I can do this with this option, file filter. So let's define a name. Block for account users, and what? The protocol is what? HTTP and FTP. So if anyone trying to download file types, it means what? These file types. These file types through HTTP or FTP, I will define action. No problem. I will define action. But right now, try to select some file type option, like for example, exe. Okay. I want to bin and WAV file, PDF file, MP3, PNG. So what? If anyone trying to download through HTTP connection or through FTP connection, these files, so I can define an action here. I want to get a log, or if I want to block, so yes, I can select this block. I can define direction also. Direction means what? Incoming, outgoing. It means what? Is
One
trying to
direction or-
download or uploading. Yes.
Hmm.
Or if you select this any, it means what? Uploading and downloading both. You can click on OK, and now this is the option, file filter. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes.
Now you can go for the next option here. What? Remember this option, allow users to override the block category. But here we have an option, in URL filtering, what we can statically define. This URL filtering is work for anyone. It's not related with username. If you select this URL filtering option, click on create new. So for example, I want to allow www.facebook.com. Okay, I can click on OK. Action is what? Allow. You can click on OK. So what will happen? In your profile option, web filter profile option, it will first check this one. If it is not available, then it will go and check and verify in your category. So category is the second option. First, it will check what?
URL filter.
Static URL, static option.
Got it.
Static URL filtering option. If entry is not available, like for example, facebook.com, yes, allow. If user is trying to access any other social media category website, like for example, linkedin.com, so this entry is not available, so it will go and check the information in category based filter. In category based filter, what? All social not social networking. Yes, social networking. All social networking categories block. So yes, as per your category based filter, it's block. I hope it's clear for you. It's not complicated. Nandkishore, Rahul, Kiran, Daminda, Abhishek, Naved,
Clear.
guys, everyone.
Yeah, it's clear.
Nandkishore.
Yeah, Ajit.
Yeah.
Now here you can define what? Static, but before this, we have some other option like enforce safe search on Google. You can enable restrict YouTube access, log all search keywords. I want to log, like for example, user is trying to type something firewall training or something, any keyword. So I want to get a log for all keywords. In static URL, I want to block any invalid URL. What is meaning of invalid URL? Maybe user is trying to access any website and website don't have any valid certificate. Guys, you know about certificate information? Whenever we access any website, for example, any website, every website has a certificate, right? A digital certificate.
Yes.
What? You can access this website is secured. See, digital cert issued by the digital certificate is what? From allow from this one to this date. It means what? It's a valid website. Here we have what? If you want to block any invalid URL, so yes, you can enable only FortiGate firewall can block this. Now here we have an option block malicious URL discovered by FortiSandbox. Guys, you know in FortiGate firewall we have a separate device which is called FortiSandbox. Okay. So if in your organization you are using FortiSandbox, if FortiSandbox discover the URL is what? Malicious, so yes, you can specify here to block. So block malicious URL discovered by FortiSandbox. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Now allow website when rating error occurs. So remember always every website has a rating. You can say reputation, bad reputation, and what minus reputation and plus reputation. So -9 to 0 and 0 to 9, for example. If any website has bad reputation, okay, in between 0 to -9, so the website has bad reputation, and if any website has a rating in between 0 to 9, so they have what? Good reputation. So what if you want to allow when any website you can say rating is change, so yes, you want to allow, so yes, you can enable this option. Now this is the option for what? Web filtering. Any problem, guys?
No, fine.
You can create this web filtering option, and this web filtering you can attach with your firewall policy. So whenever your LAN user is trying to hit onto this interface, what you configured a firewall policy option. In firewall policy option, what it will check first? Incoming interface is to outgoing is 3, perfect. Everything is matched. Action is allow. Now, if the traffic is allow, then what? The next option he will check what? Security profile. As per security profile, if you configured what? If you configured web filtering option, web filtering, you define some category based filtering, static filtering. As per your requirement, traffic is allowed or blocked. Is that clear?
Yes, yes.
Here in this option, see, remember guys, this option, wait, static URL. In static URL, you can work with this option. Let me open URL filtering slide. Both slide I will send it to you guys, no problem. Web filtering. So what is the option? See, if you type URL filtering, what URL www.facebook.com, type is simple. Simple means what? You want to block simply www.facebook.com. Or if you want to use regular expression or wildcard, it means what? I want to block anything which is start with FA. Like FA means what? Facebook.com, message.facebook.com, fast.com. So I can define regular expression and wildcard. Is that clear?
Yes.
With this option, with simple type, it means what? I want to block simply facebook.com. But if I want to block, like for example, I can define here what? www.fa asterisk in asterisk fa, that's it. Then if anyone trying to access www.fa in any URL, if you have fa, then what? You can block or allow. Up to you. You want to monitor. Is that clear, this option, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, clear.
Now, this is the page for verification. If user is trying to access, so yes, user can get the page like this for URL filtering. If you want to do some changes, this is the response page, guys. You can say it's called response page. If you go and click on system, and 40 guard, no, replacement message for response page. URL block page. If you double click on this response page, is what the user will get a response page like this. This is the response page. If you want to do, this is a normal HTML file. If you want to do some changes, you can do changes here. For example, FortiGate web filtering. Wait. If you are good in HTML. Web page. 2 minutes, guys. Web page. FortiGuard web filtering. Block. Admin. The option is web. Yes, this option. Web page blocked. Can't use this website. So you can create a response page as per your requirement. Is that clear, Nandkishore?
Yeah.
Now, this is the response page. You can get some log information if you want to verify the log information. In web filtering option, you can go and click on log and report. Log and report. In log and report, what you can click on your web filtering option. If you click on web filtering option, you can get a log. This is the format. What the time for this log, source is what, this, and what action is blocked, and user is trying to access this IP address, is trying to access this specific URL. So you can get a proper log in your log and report web filtering option. FortiGuard filter. I told you this option. Monitor, block, warning, authenticate. Please go with this slide, guys. Okay. If you face any problem, you can ask me question. Everyone,
Sure.
remember our warning page. So this is our warning page, and I can also show you username and password. Authentication page. So if user is trying to access GoDaddy.com or Facebook.com as per your policy, guys, and if you allowed what specific group of users, so they need to define, they need to specify, they need to provide username and password. Then they can click on continue. Then they can access. Without username and password, they cannot access. So this is the option for web filtering. I hope it's clear. I hope it's clear for you guys.
Clear.
This topic. And please guys, go with the slide. Okay. And what we discussed today, we discussed this option, web filtering. Nandkishore, Abhishek, Daminda, Kiran, Rahul.
Yeah.
Now give me 10 minutes after this session. I will send slides on NAT and web filtering. Okay, everyone.
That good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that day one also.
Day one.
I will
Yeah.
send you, Karen. I will forward you day one video. No issue.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Kiran. Okay. So guys, let's discuss our next topic tomorrow. Okay, everyone.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Jitu,
Can we start tomorrow 9 a.m. morning?
yeah, Jitu,
Yeah.
like we need to set up the lab, right? So I
Lab.
think-
Okay, so
yeah.
tomorrow first set up the lab. Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what
Everyone-
we need to go through the lab, NAT and all stuff.
Please connect at morning 9 a.m. Everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Okay. Yeah.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye guys. Take care, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.